What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. That's right, guys, no beard, naked mole rat style, bald head, bald face, looking like a bitch. Yeah, I decided I need to shave, just to I'll come back in like 2 days, literally. With that being said, welcome back to another video. So, real quick before I go on with the actual video itself, I do want to say two things. Number one, all of you supporters just got a brand new code, so go check out the coupon history to get yourself 2 free mana extracts. Those are massive. If you don't know what those are, I'll show you guys in game real quick, just so everyone's on the same page in terms of what you're expecting, what you should be getting. And those are going to be a big help to help you get yourself max level, or max skill level, I should say. These are what I'm referring to. If you don't know what those things are, I'm going to go down to the exchange shop. Some of you are new. This right here. So mana power extracts. These are very coveted. Are much easier to get nowadays than they were before, but those are 2 extra ones now in your arsenal, so make sure you go ahead and grab those as soon as you possibly can if you are a supporter. If not, go click that support button, guys. Super simple, and come join me and be a supporter going forward. For every season, we'll be getting you new codes all the freaking time. All right, now let's talk about the actual game. So a couple things I want to bring up here, guys. Number one, Zaf and I challenge account. Some of you guys may have been following it, some of you may not, right? So I hit level 56 on it, got Thomas to A5, got Gunheat to A4, got Mirai to A4. This is all done in 12 days. Got Plum Sword to A4, DKD to A2, etc. Anyways, the point is, I decided at the end of the day, this challenge, and I'll give it to Zaf. Zaf won it. Zaf won it, not because his account was better or anything like that, only because I actually have now gifted my account away to somebody. I want to say shout out to Deep as well too, who's part of my Discord and a avid follower, and also a really good dude who also gave his even better account than mine on the same server away to another person on my Discord. The reason why we did this is because, number one, it's the holidays. A lot of people have been obviously getting banned, and we wanted to do something nice to get people back in the game with good spirits. And for those people who just didn't have a very good time with pulling Thomas, for example, or just running out of currency, or just were brand new to the game and just wanted to experience, a pretty decent account from a streamer. So that was my takeaway from this. You know what? Instead of doing a silly challenge, which, quite honestly, why does Zaf and I even need to do it? I've already got a free-to-play account and a pay-to-win account. He's catching up on his free-to-play. I decided, you know what? I'll give it to Zaf on this one. He wins it. Congratulations, dude. But I wanted to do something nice for the community and give my account away so someone else can actually enjoy it and play it. Plus, number two, quite honestly, it's December. If you have kids and if you're festive and you have a pretty big household for about those kind of things, it's hard to maintain that kind of stuff on an ongoing basis, because obviously family comes first, right? So there you go. That's pretty much it. So going back to this now, the free-to-play account, I do want to do a couple summons, kind of get my thoughts. I do want to talk about what I said yesterday regarding BERU and WOBL. So a lot of people were like, hey, Payne, what do you mean by BERU is going to be in WOBL? And if you look at the manhwa, he's not as strong as a Monarch. Okay, so a couple things I want to say about that whole topic. When I said WOBL, I didn't literally mean Inside Workshop or Brilliant Light, so I apologize. I should have been more thorough on that explanation. What I meant to say was, we're probably going to get a raid of some sort with him in it. Now, I think Jeju Island itself will be a raid. I don't know where they're going to put it. They might add him here. Who knows? Because I don't think that WOBL is strictly for Monarchs. That's what people are thinking. It could be. I don't know what Memorable's intentions are, but I think BERU definitely deserves to be a raid boss. And a lot of people were like, well, Payne, he's not as strong as a Monarch. Well, I mean, technically, you got to look at it this way. No hunters were ever fighting Monarchs either, right? So you can't compare the manhwa to the game, because, I mean, we have hunters fighting Kaiselion, right? Which doesn't happen. Right? So we have hunters fighting Mephis, which doesn't happen. So we don't really know the power scaling when it comes down to BERU, because one thing we do know about BERU is the fact that he absolutely destroys everybody that he comes into contact with. Everybody. Except for one person. And that is the main hero, obviously, right? So for those people who are like, well, Payne, he's not as strong, blah, 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 you have to also consider the fact that the game isn't necessarily following the manhwa, right? In regards to that power scaling. Because if we did follow the manhwa, there would be no hard mode Baron. It would just be SJW killing him, and there'd be no hunters involved in this. It would just be SJW versus the entire 100 floors. So I want people to remember this is a game, and Netmarble's doing a fantastic job by implementing the manhwa into the game, but also making the game a game. it's supposed to go outside of the realistic, and I say the word realistic, aspects of what we expect from the manual, which in this case, for example, the hunters can fight monarchs, right? And also, not to even mention, Vulcan himself wasn't a monarch, right? So there's that aspect as well too. Yes, he is part of the floors. Yes, he was a stepping stone to get to Baron, but at the end of the day, he's not a monarch. So that whole theory of only monarchs can be in there doesn't necessarily hold true. They can put as many bosses as they want and just give you the remnants after the monarch comes out. So I wanted to cover that part of it because I think a lot of people were confused about my theories. And again, they're all just theories, guys. I could be completely out to left field here, but I like to think like a dev, and I like my best to take my guesses on them because sometimes my guesses are pretty bang on. Sometimes they're off, right? But at the end of the day, it's always fun to speculate on things like this. Also, in regards to free-to-play players, I do want to say this. This has become a very, very free-to-play friendly game, right? And a lot of you guys are looking to spend some money now to get Thomas to A10. A lot of people have been asking me about this. I've said this before. Just be responsible with your spending. If you are looking, by the way, this look, the flannel shirt look, oh my God, he looks so much better with this. This should be his regular outfit. He looks like a country boy. If you are planning to spend as a free-to-play player and become a pay-to-win player, number one, two things I want to mention about this. Number one, don't be ashamed. No one should be criticizing anybody for spending money how they want to spend. The only time I ever tell people to be smart about it is just spend responsibly, right? If you can't afford it, don't do it. In time, you will get what you want. But if you plan to spend, I would highly suggest, because a lot of you are still asking me what you should be spending on, is go check out my video on what to spend on. There is a Black Friday video that I put out for you guys, and you guys should all be looking at that if you're looking at the best possible deals for you to get the best bang out of your buck. Because right now, if you look at the deals in the shop, especially right here, there's only a day left. Only 1 day left. 9 hours ago, so technically 2 days right before reset. So these are incredible deals. This is the last opportunity you're going to get them. They're worth, if you plan to spend, they're worth it, and they are probably the best deals you're going to get in quite some time, outside of maybe a 1 year anniversary event or etc. Christmas is coming, Boxing Day is coming, but I think Black Friday sales are usually the best ones in most games. So if you plan to be pay to win, just please, again, spend responsibly, but also those are the best deals, so you have a day to pick them up. A day and 9 hours, I should say. And that's what you should be focusing on, okay? Now, outside of that, last thing I want to talk about. Weapons. Yeah, weapons. Okay, so free-to-play account right here, right? You guys know, again, I'm going to just, I'm going to have to prove this to most of you guys that this is a free-to-play account, because I still get the naysayers, right? So you guys can see there's still that draw event going on. I'm going to click here. Let me say how to log in real quick, okay? Let me just log in. Sign in with email, and then I'm going to show you guys again, pure free to play, right? A lot of you guys have similar accounts, better accounts. I still got haters who keep telling me that I'm lying. I'm not free to play. I'm like, why would I lie? I got a pay to win account, jackass. All right, so here we go. Only paying YT. This is my free to play account. I'm going to just draw here real quick. Okay, cool. So as usual, I want to point out here, 0, no purchases, right? Pure free to play. Again, it's unfortunate I have to do this every time, but we're going to have to. So, a lot of people have been asking me about the Divine Quarterstaff. Should you go for it versus the Spear? Now, I'm currently working on the Spear. I'm working on getting my Moonshadow Daggers to A10, and my Plum Sword is already A10, so we're moving on. But my next one is going to be the Spear. So, I'm not going to go for the Quarterstaff because I think it's way too expensive, and it's not going to be as good as the next few weapons that are coming out. And right now, quite honestly, I think this does the job. The Quarterstaff is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. It's probably second best weapon in the game in terms of damage, but I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like the way it plays. So for me personally, I'm not going to go for it. If you guys plan to go for it, that's up to you. My goal right now is to get DKD, Moonshadow Daggers, the Spear to A10, and then save all of those crafting tickets, the 4 crafting tickets for a weapon that comes out that is absolutely broken. And I don't think the Quarterstaff is that weapon. As cool as it is, I'm not a big fan of its gameplay. I don't really care for it. So for me, it's a quick skip. All right. So that's my take on that one. Take that how you will. So that's what the majority of questions you guys have been asking. I just wanted to make sure I answered them for you. And again, remember, those Black Friday sales are going to be ending very, very soon. So again, if you plan to spend it on those packages. They are worth it. All right, guys, this is Payne. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.